Hey guys, this is me making an edit because I promised I would do this. Um, I know that it might not be obvious, but I'm going to talk about child abuse in this video. So if you don't want to see that, this is your trigger warning. Please get out if you don't want to hear about child abuse. Thank you. Bye. Handing it over to me. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tapping into this video. And I am Jason Leroy, the only character from Jason Leroy. Hopefully, I'll have a co-guest on in 100 years. But if you watched my hatred on the internet video, you'll recognize that it looks very. This setup looks very similar because I filmed that video like 30 seconds ago. I think it's actually still uploading as we speak. Yeah, it's got 3 minutes left to process. That's nice. Anyway, today I looked at the inspiration, and and for anybody that does not make YouTube videos, inspiration is something that YouTube gives you. It's AI generated, usually bullshit that is like video stuff that you could do. For example, I'll read some off to you. So the psychology of horrors, the psychology of horror, why we collect the monsters under our bed. Eh. Reimagining classic literature as modern Gothic graphic novels, a creative design study. I ain't doing that. And then the one that made me want to make this video is reviewing the rare 1920s Nosferatu figure that started my entire obsession. I don't have a 1920s Nosferatu figure. I don't have a Nosferatu figure at all. I don't even know if figures were around in 1920. Anyway, however, it made me interested in talking about what actually started my obsession with action figures, why I'm so obsessed with them, and what makes me just want to talk about them so very much. So, if you didn't know, here are all my action figures back there. That up there is a statue of Spider-Man. I don't have a Spider-Man action figure yet, but that is DC, that is Marvel, and that is really just SH Figuarts, but any other universe. I have 60 figures in Marvel. I think over 20 in there, and maybe a little bit in the other universes. I have over 60 figures in my collection, and you may ask, Jason, why the hell did you spend like 3 years of your life collecting pieces of plastic that look like cute little anime characters or comic people? And I'll tell you why. I'm getting tired of holding this thing. Can you hear me? I'll put it like right here. I'm gonna put it on the other side. I'm sorry. Uh, I should be starting this soon. Okay. So, the reason why I like action figures so very much stems from when I was around 6 or 7 years old. I'm not doing that because of the stupid internet joke. I really just was around that age. So when I was around that age, I loved Marvel. I still love Marvel. And I loved being able to collect things. I had a Michelangelo action figure from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which might have just been the starting of this. But the first figure I ever really, really wanted was this one that I saw in a magazine. I'm pretty sure it was a Marvel Legends symbiote Spider-Man. Sorry. I wanted it so much that I grabbed a pen and I circled it like 7 times. So my loving father, Jeremy, grabbed it, rolled it up, and then started beating me with it. God, I love you. Anyway, um, but while I was sobbing, my mother, she came over and she was like, Jeremy, what are you doing? He wanted that one after he ripped it into pieces. And he's like, oh shit, really? So he brought me to Walmart. I wanted a Falcon action figure, but he got me a different one. I forget what it was. It was probably like a stupid one because it's, my dad. But so my love of action figures started then. But the very first action figure I ever got was a Baron Zemo Marvel Legends from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier line. I don't know why. I always liked Baron Zemo. I don't know. I think I just liked the way that he talked. But and before any of you know who Baron Zemo is and try to say something, I'm not a Nazi, okay? Baron Zemo has been a Nazi in the comics before. I don't like him for that. So I was chewing with my mouth open. Anyway, so it was the first action figure that I ever received that I can remember based off of an actual good action figure. So later, I broke it. The first day I had my first action figure, I grabbed it and I snapped it in half. I was trying to test its articulation, a figure reviewer by heart, and I snapped it in half. So I had my mother hot and glue it. I have a Baron Zemo action figure. It's just not the same one. Um, my brother got Bucky Barnes, so that was cool. Anyway, slowly I built my collection, and when I got to my new house, not this one, but my old new house, I had a massive collection. I had McFarlane. I had McFarlane Deku, McFarlane Shigaraki. I'm pretty sure I had Overhaul, maybe. I really don't remember. I had Stain though, and I loved that Stain figure. I had Hulk. I had a lot of cool figures, and I had Revoltech too. I had Revoltech Venom, and I had Revoltech Carnage. By the way, the Revoltech Carnage is one of my favorite figures I've ever seen. It looks so beautiful. Anyway, however, I threw them all out because when I moved to this house, my trailer, I didn't want to. I I didn't like the threat of me getting a bedbug infestation because I used to have bedbugs. It's unfortunate, but I did. I haven't had them for years now, but I did when I was like young. So, and I saw a bedbug crawling inside the container that I kept all of my figures in. So instead of washing them all off and keeping them, which I wish I did, I decided to throw them all away. Sucks. But now I have all of this collection. The first action figure I had in this collection, I don't remember. No, I do. I do. I'm sorry. I am pretty sure that the first action figure that I ever had, yeah, it was most likely the Revoltech Dobby, which I actually made a review on, and you can go check that out. I'm not going to put the video card in because I don't want to, but you could. Anyway, I broke his coat, so I had to throw him away, which is unfortunate, but I did. Anyway, now I have. I don't have any Revoltech, but I am looking at that new Black Flash. Looks so nice. Anyway. I have SH Figuarts, a lot of SH Figuarts. I have one Mafex, a lot of Marvel Legends, a bunch of McFarlane, and even a little bit of Marvel Select. So to wrap the video up, I cannot fully explain to you why I continue to buy action figures, even though I don't, play with them, I don't make stop motion. All I really do is review them. I don't even pose them. They're just lying there. I don't I don't know why I have such an affinity. I'm gonna make sure that I'm using the word affinity correctly real quick. It's very bright. Yep, okay. I don't know why I have such an affinity for action figures, but I do know that it most likely stemmed from the symbiote Spider-Man beating that I received. So yeah, bye.